I was calling because I was working at a facility which I had injured my right side, which left me incapacitated for a little while. I crushed my finger and hurt my knee. And I was wondering, I did get workers' comp, but it was like it was rushed, and they had the workers' comp doctors to rush me to come back to work. But when I went back to work, I was working with a cast on my right arm and crutches, and I'm not able to take care of patients that way. I was calling to find out, is there something I could do for the long run, because I still have a crushed finger with no joint, and my knee is still messed up to this day. And the only thing I have gotten was the workers' comp, and they have relieved me of my duties because I was actually incapacitated on my right side and still healing.
So if you're incapacitated on your right side, I would think that might implicate the Disabilities Act, where they would be required to make what is called a reasonable accommodation. Now, the employer could come in and say, well, there's nothing we can do, but I would contact the EOC in your case and ask their, sending you to submit your information. If you've got some crush injuries and you can't, something's wrong with one side of your body, that it might implicate the ADA. So I would check with the EOC.
Yeah, and also at the same time, you could also, if you can't work that job and you can't find employment, then because of these injuries, you may consider a Social Security disability claim. That's a lot of folks that have work injuries that can't go back to work because of their injuries end up filing for Social Security disability. So that's another avenue.